Why Elon Musk will help China take over the world. Elon Musk has a symbiotic relationship with China. And although Tesla is based in California, China seems to be where it's found its biggest supporters. In 2019, the company saw its China sales increase by 161% from the previous year. That's 40,000 newly registered Teslas. Tesla and China have formed an uncommon and symbiotic relationship. What are they planning together? Is it world domination? Are they planning to rule the world together? Elon Musk is trending lately on Twitter and many other social media platforms. This is mainly due to his bold remarks about topics that will surely spark some controversy. Elon Musk, the businessman behind Tesla, SpaceX, and many other innovative and successful ventures, is equally known for his controversial comments. Whether posted on Twitter or other channels, the most recent example is his recommendation to figure out a special administrative zone for Taiwan, one that is reasonably palatable, and he thinks possibly, or even probably, could be more lenient than Hong Kong. What is his relationship with China that he can casually talk about such controversial topics? Given that this comment was featured in the Lunch with FT interview with Financial Times, a more casual and wide-ranging discussion over the course of a meal, one might suspect that his remark could have been off the cuff, a throwaway comment. However, the editor of Financial Times, Rola Khalaf, who conducted and wrote up the interview, reported that her questions about China and the risks to Tesla's Shanghai megafactory was met with, quote, the longest silence, before answering, suggesting that Musk's comments relating to China might have been more deliberate than others. Public opinion in Taiwan has been consistently against Beijing's one country, two systems formula in recent decades, and increasingly so since the crackdowns in Hong Kong. Musk chose to overlook the way that China went back on the promises of democracy, freedom, and a high degree of autonomy for Hong Kong over the course of the last 3 decades. Although Elon's concerns are purely economic, his proposed solution is definitely political. Taiwan's former president, Ma Ying-jeou, famous for his outreach to China during his tenure, said that Musk's proposal was based on the one country, two systems, and therefore must be unacceptable. Even China's reaction was not entirely positive. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs responded by emphasizing that Taiwan issue is a matter of internal affairs, implying that Musk's meddling was not welcomed, while the state-owned CCTV news broadcast plainly accused Musk of inappropriate comments. However, a day later, China's attitude seemed to have softened. The MFA spokesman said that he was glad to see more people understand and support the peaceful reunification and one country, two systems. Some netizens even say that China has Elon Musk wrapped around its finger. Over the past decade, Twitter has been a rare outlet where people in China who can't stand the government censorship of domestic social media have been able to express themselves. Here are no sensitive words, no messages that can't be displayed according to the relevant laws, and no risk of having our account shut down at any movement, wrote a user in China back in 2016. Twitter is now blocked in China. Those who rely on circumvention tools like virtual private networks or VPNs to share their views on the platform at times have paid a huge price. In February of 2020, a resident of the northeastern city of Tianjin tweeted to his 300 or so followers about the authorities handling COVID-19 pandemic, suggesting that the officials would intentionally or otherwise reduce the number of confirmed cases. From this particular tweet and similar other tweets, a local court handed him a 9-month prison sentence for picking quarrels and provoking trouble. Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter threatens the privacy of individuals all around the world. A Chinese user said, "Folks, remember to delete your phone number from your Twitter. After acquiring Twitter, I hope Musk wouldn't sell user privacy to show his allegiance to the Chinese government." Musk might be the richest man on the planet, but he is not immune to the pressures from the world's most powerful authoritarian government. A government that has been deft at manipulating or leveraging foreign business access to the country and compelling them to go toe-to-toe with the Communist Party line. The potential for Chinese influence to negatively impact U.S. national security goes beyond SpaceX and Tesla. Since Musk is closely related to China in some unimaginable way, shouldn't Musk's connection with China warrant intervention by U.S. authorities to examine the national security implications of such a transaction? Musk's Twitter aspiration combined with his close China connection has turned a lot of heads, along with Jeff Bezos of Amazon, a fellow billionaire. In an April 2022 tweet, Bezos asked, Did the Chinese government just gain a bit of leverage over the town square? Looks like a lot of people are suspicious of China's relationship with Musk. It is believed that the Chinese government may feel like it is able to pressure Musk to take down content that it doesn't like, as the Chinese government has always done, and if Musk refuses, then the Chinese government could start squeezing Tesla's operations in China. Musk has significant business interests in China. The country is Tesla's second largest market, and sales in China have increased in the past couple of years. Tesla's plant in Shanghai is the world's largest electric vehicle factory and the company's primary export hub. Recently, Tesla had opened a showroom in Xinjiang that had drawn criticism from the members of the US Congress and the rights groups because of the Chinese government's crimes against humanity, targeted at the region's Uyghur and other Turkic Muslim communities. Also, Musk's suggestion suggested that Taiwan should agree to be partly administered by China as a way to resolve their tensions. The proposal was welcomed by Beijing but slammed by Taipei. The Chinese government has repeatedly shown that it cares greatly about its image outside of the country. Its diplomats, state media outlets, and their journalists use Twitter to disseminate government propaganda. The Chinese governments have stepped up efforts to spread disinformation on the platform in recent years by creating numerous fake accounts that defend the government positions on Hong Kong, Xinjiang, COVID-19, and other issues. They have also been targeting Twitter users in China, jailing those who criticize the government, and forcing them to delete sensitive tweets or close their accounts. Musk's acquisition of Twitter has now created an opportunity for China to influence the discourse on the social media platform. At the same time, Elon Musk blamed, quote, communism in elite colleges and universities for his estrangement from his transgender daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson. His transgender daughter wants nothing to do with him. Even when everyone blamed China for the COVID-19 virus, Elon Musk had his own China-free theory about how the virus leaked out from a lab facility and from some unknown place. His China-free version of the lab leak theory can be constituted with Tesla's largest factory being located in China and his car business needing cooperation from that country's government. The Chinese Communist Party is notoriously rigid about policing the speech habits of any business it permits to operate. Musk, accordingly, has reliably towed that Communist Party line. He has also praised the communist regime as superior to American democracy. China rocks, in my opinion. The energy in China is great, people there are smart and hardworking, they are not entitled, they are not complacent, whereas I see in the United States increasingly more complacency and entitlement. Musk thinks that the woke mind virus might destroy civilization, but the Chinese communism is an admirable model. Musk is at worst a cynical tool of authoritarianism and at best an idiot savant. Either way, the conservative celebration of his newfound persona and total refusal to question his curious blind spot for the Chinese Communist Party reveals a complete lack of principle. Musk's acquisition of Twitter has now created an opportunity for China to influence the discourse on the social media platform. For example, the Chinese government has forced several multinationals to grovel in order to continue to access the country's market and its supply chains. Apple removed hundreds of VPNs from China's App Store, making it nearly impossible for the users in the country to circumvent government censorship and to protect their digital footprint. China has also warned that some of Apple's TV shows to avoid portraying China in a negative light, affecting people around the world that can watch it through its streaming services. Beijing promoted the boycott of companies that have publicly expressed concerns about forced labor and other human rights issues in Xinjiang. Chinese government officials are already calling for Musk to remove labels or biased words. And Twitter has a responsibility to respect human rights and remedy abuses under the United Nations guiding principles on business and human rights, regardless of pressure or company's own personal beliefs. This means that the company must address adverse human rights impacts that stem from company practices or operations. No matter what changes are made at Twitter, they must keep the rights and the safety of users across China, as well as other at-risk people around the world at their center. A lot of things are at stake in these decisions. Will Musk's car sales determine Twitter's relationship with China's authoritarian government? Only time will tell.